resolve tomorrow. No worry. Okay. Now we'll go to the today's problem set. Okay. And here you can see just one thing actually before moving ahead, right? I want to explain. Uh, you can see here our selectors, right, are dynamic. So you can see this time is changing, right, every time. But still, currently we are using the modern activities. Okay, by using the modern activities, right, what will happen? This selectors even dynamic, it will try to handle by its own. Okay, UiPath will try to handle by its own. So here it handle perfectly, even though this time is changing continuously. Okay, but always not this is the case. Okay, sometimes we have to make selectors dynamic as well. Previously it was every time we have to make it dynamic, but now like in modern activities, whatever we are doing currently, right? Here uh, it will try to fix it by its own. Okay. So suppose here we have used get text, right? You can see. I just want to tell you difference between modern and classic. So get text. Okay. So you can see here also we are getting get text. So this is our get text. Okay. And if you scroll down, right, here also we have get text, right? So you can see like this activity currently we are using, we are not using this one. So currently we are using all the modern activities, right? Which is like added by the UiPath. Okay. And this is the classic activity. Okay. So now industry started using this modern activities rather than the classic activity. All the activities are not converted into the classic, but a good amount of activities are converted into the uh, modern basically from the classic. Okay. But if you use this, right, what will happen? I will just give you a small demo. So if you go here and if you click, right, and next time you are going to the edit selector, right, you can see it will not validate, right? Why? Because it will try to search this time and this time is not available. Okay. So we have to make it dynamic, right? So how can we make it dynamic? We can go to the repair. Okay. So if you understand properly, we can take it here. Okay. I have taken here. We can use a repair. Okay. There are various ways to make the selector dynamic. Even here also we'll see because here also we have to do it. So it doesn't mean if you are using modern means we never required to make the selectors dynamic, right? So we'll go and we'll repair it. So go here, indicate. Okay. So it will say selectors was updated to match the library, right? So can you see what it did? It put the star after one. Okay. This. What it is thinking? After the one whatever is coming, right, it is dynamic, so that's the reason it put the star here. But what will happen, right, till when it will work till 90, right? As soon as 20 will come, it will not work again, we have to repeat. So what it will do, it will do like this. Okay, again what will happen, it will work till 8:59. As soon as 9 is there, it will not work. So after that if you repair, it will do like, okay, but when it will work till till noon, right? So as soon as it's 12 p.m., for example, right, it will not work. If you indicate, then it will do like this, and then it will work, right? So as a human, we know this is changing, right? What portion is changing. So we can also go and we can put a star directly. So here also, if you go, for example, right, if you use this wildcard asterisk or star, right, then it should work perfect. Valid. Okay, still it's not validating. Valid. So now can you see it's validating? Highlight, it's working perfectly fine, right? But we did not face the necessity by using the modern act. Okay, right? But so if you put the star here, it means it will eliminate the value what is coming here right? So irrespective of value, whatever the things it will be available there, it will capture. Okay. So this is with the classic things that I have explained, right? But currently we are using modern, so we did not face this problem. But yes, we have to do it uh, like when we are doing this web application. Okay. But the percentage is less. Okay. Suppose if you are using classic, we have to do at least 50% time dynamics will handle it, right? But if you go with the modern, it will be like 20 to 30% for it. Okay, okay, fine. So now we will move on. So we'll talk about the today's problem statement. So what is the today's problem statement? Uh, this is a RPA challenge website. Okay, now we have started the web automation, right? And what we have to do basically here. uh, So this is our input file. Okay, right? So this is basically a website where we have to fill the employee data. Okay, where we have to fill the employee data, and this data is coming from this Excel. Okay, so once it is done for first record, right, we can go and we can click on the submit. Okay, then again the form will be available, right? Blank form will be available, and then we can go ahead and update the next employee data. Okay, accordingly we have to fill all the employee data into this Excel. Okay, so can you tell me, suppose if I'm going to tell you people go ahead and build this, right? So you will be able to do this, or if not, for example, where you will face the problem. Anything, right? Even though it's a wrong, right? Doesn't matter.
Basically, Webber, the approach for this should be first of all, we have to capture the URL. We have to capture all these objects, for example, email, company name, first name,
Correct.
and then we can simply run it, like like giving the Excel path. Uh, for example, as you have already shown, taking the data and put it into different objects. So I think that maybe we need to find like how to store this URL into a location. For example, you have already shown which browser we have to use. Uh, After that,
Correct.
object repository you have already shown. So if we can use the same object repository just to capture it uh, and then enter the data, so we can do
Okay.
this.
Yeah, yeah, see, it's very similar. Whatever we did previously, it's a very similar. Okay. There is no difference. Only thing, we did not see how to open the application. Sorry, how to launch the URL, right? So to launch the URL is also very similar to launching the application. Okay. So for example, right, this is our initialization. This also we have to uh, convert into the three stages, right? Init, right? Then processing, and we can consider this as a age. Okay. So here, what is the first thing we have to do? We have to read, right? What we have to do? We have to read the data from the Excel file, right? So how to read the data from Excel file? That we are aware, right? By using the read range workbook. But before that, I will share this file with you as well. Okay, we have added into the project. So what I will do, I will go read range workbook, read range. Okay, we'll give the file, all right? We'll give the sheet name, right? And as it is, we'll give the variable, okay, where we are going to store input, okay. If Excel having password, we can give the password, right? Because few of the Excel having the password, right? If it's password protected. Now, the next thing, we have to launch the browser along with the URL, right? So same, whatever we did for the application, right? Same thing we have to do here. Use application browser. Use, okay? This, what it is saying, indicate. So go ahead and indicate. As soon as we have indicated what it will do, it will mention it's like a browser and automatically it will take the browser as well, like which browser, Chrome, IE or some. In old activities or classic activities, we have to select browser and all, but here it is not required. Automatically it will adjust the browser. Okay. So whatever we use in the last session, use application browser, right? Same thing we are doing here as well. Okay, clear? Now we uh, we have discussed about, right, during the last session, when to open the application, when to close the browser, right? Same thing applicable here also. Okay. So here if you see close, we can mention as a neighbor. Okay, because otherwise it will close in the initialization itself. Then open, we can mention always. Okay. And there is one more thing, resize window. Always make it maximize. Okay. Why? Because sometimes what happen, if you resize the browser and if you close it, next time it will open in the same position. Right? Next time it will open in the same position. So it's a good practice. Always we can use this maximum. Okay. So now we got it. How to launch the browser, right? There is no doubt about it. Correct. Now we have to go ahead to the repetitive task. We have to fill this. So if you want to do the repetitive task, which loop we have to use here? Can anyone tell which loop we can use?
For each row.
For each row, right? For each row. Can go ahead, we can use the for each row, right? But we have to increase the scope. Okay, so I will give the where input. Here I will mention the current, right? So now I will type it, right? But before that, what we have to use? We have to use application browser, right? So I will take it. Okay. Which browser? This browser. So here also we have to make sure we can mention close never and open always. Sorry. Close never and open also, right? Both we don't need. Now the next thing, what we have to do? We have to type. So even though it's a web browser or desktop application, right? There is no difference. We have to use type, right? Where we want to type, we want to type, for example, here into the email. I will select. I have clicked. Now can you see? It is taking the selectors from here. Okay. You can see whatever this green portion is there, right? It will be the area, targeted area where it will enter. Okay. And apart from that, there is like a bluish, right? If you go here, it's called as an anchor, right? So what it will do, here we are having a lot of fields. So how it will understand like has to enter into the email because it will take it as an anchor. Anchor means reference. Okay, that's fine. We can confirm and validate. Okay, and how we'll write it here? As usual, row, open close bracket, double quotes, email dot to's. Okay, then we'll take one more time. Okay? I will just show for two, right? Rest of the things are very simple. So we'll go here, address. So can you see at the same time it is taking anchor for address also. Okay, confirm. Now we'll go to the row, open close bracket, double quotes, address, right? And now I will just click on the submit button because anyhow all the options are not mandatory, right? But you can try all the options. We'll go to the click, okay, submit, confirm. Okay, so you can see here it did not take any anchor. Okay, now I will run and show you. Okay? So just see what is happening. Hmm. Can you see? Every time the field positions are changing. Can you see? Every time the field positions are changing, it means it's dynamic. But still, right? But still, we are able to enter the data correctly. Okay, so this is not the case, the form having the fixed structure. Even though it having the dynamic structure, still it is working perfect. Why it is working perfectly fine? Can anyone tell me? What is the reason?
Because Vaibhav, you have selected that particular object. So, for example, if you have selected email, wherever in the page email will be written, it will
Mhm.
capture it accordingly,
Okay,
irrespective of the position. That I think so.
okay, okay. So no, see, why it is working fine for every time? Because it has taken that anchor. Okay, why? Because it has taken this anchor here. See. Okay, so what anchor will do first, it will find out that thing and then it will perform that. Okay, that is why. Otherwise, if you see, this is also input field, this is also input field, this is also input field. Okay, so here it has taken anchor as a reference. So it will find that particular thing, right? And then it will type. Okay, so even though the
One question, Weber.
uh,
Just one question. Maybe I'm not seeing that photo. So let's say it will identify the email first, and instead of like writing it down, if it is on the right side of the email, will this work? Target.
so I did not get your question. Can you please?
So currently, if you see the positioning, so after email, it will go and put the value. Let's say instead of coming down, let's say if it is on the right side of the email, that means in the next run,
Here.
with the position. Yeah, yeah. So will that work?
Yes. Because we are telling the position also, right? Like where it has to write. So instead of like here, it is just below it, right? But just if it is in front of it, it will work. Or if it's on the top of it, it will work. Or on the left hand side, it will work.
Every time it has to be on the means basis the current selectors. Every time it has to be beneath the that email field or the object. Is that the fair understanding or?
Yeah. Obviously, because we need that field name, right? Or we need at least that selectors for this, right? Then how it will understand, right? If we don't have this field.
Yeah, and also can you just open that target means the properties which you just opened for that angle? You go down. What is this accuracy and everything?
Yeah. Yeah. What is your question?
In this accuracy is coming, so it's very low. What that signifies? So if we
No. So
increase,
why
does it?
there is a significance? Because the field position is dynamic. Okay, field position is dynamic. So what it is thinking, right? If it is coming something very different or out of the box, right? So that is the reason it is showing the accuracy is like a 0.5%. Okay, but Don't go with that accuracy, right? That is just indicator basically, right? But most important, uh, if it is working for like maybe 3, 4, 5 records, it will work forever. It doesn't matter.
And we'll be getting into the selector in more detail sometime later.
Yes,
Or
yes, yes, yes. So now we
perfect.
have started, right? So we have started
Okay,
it.
good.
So we'll see it, right? So first we have seen this anchor thing, right? So if we,
Anchor.
I just explained. So here, if you go, right, it will tell you which anchor we have taken, basically, right? Yeah.
And basically, this accuracy is something which UiPath has derived. So even if we
Yes.
increase it, it is not going to change or improve the overall efficiency of the code.
No, no. So that is just indicator. Okay, Prince.
Okay.
So normally what we do, right? Suppose if we have taken the selector, right? So that will take into the next problem statement, but still I'm explaining. So
Yeah.
if you have indicated here, right? Now it is working perfectly fine. So as a developer, what we have to do as per the best practices, right? Maybe I will click a pause here. So it will give some time. Click on the submit. Okay. Click on the submit. Go and check to the next form as well or to the next screen as well, like it is working or not, right? So we can verify it or cross verify it like 3 to 4 times. Yes, it is working. So if it is working, it will work forever. 99% it will work forever. But if it's maybe 1% scenario here and there, then we have to make it dynamic one more time based on the situation.
Okay.
Okay, so please try.